be strong enough to actually go through it, depending on the spacing of the counter itself.
Well, it's a fun fact. It's actually the timing. So the startup of PK Rocket or PK Thunder 2 is just, it has invulnerability on it. So it can just power through anything, which is why you usually want to stand or be closer to ledge when you go for that counter, just because it won't have invulnerability during that period. Guaranteed.
Oh, very interesting. I did not know that.
So thank you, Dara, for letting me know some fun NES facts. Well,
was that
fun in quotes.
Oh, was that Dara in the chat who said that?
No. It's she told me it prior in a block I had with her at Xeno, I think it was.
Oh, cool. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's
definitely makes sense of it being a timing thing now that I think about it. So I'm glad I've been told that. Thank you, people.
Knowledge is power, and not enough power to keep BlazingPasta from losing that first stock, but even as it goes.
Yeah, he straight up just missed the stage. Like, he used his double jump, and normally it would have been an okay situation, but he just miscalculated his spacing, and as a result was too far off and fast fell in a place where he couldn't fast fall. Happens to the best of us at the end of the day, but it's definitely something you want to, like, kink out and iron out of your gameplay if you would. Especially so, like, Husk can't get a lead like he's got right here, but this is, oh my god, Husk is just still holding in. Look at this. It's just, despite the fact that he's the one who's up a lead, he's, like, still holding in to, like, all of Peach's aerials right here, and as a result, he's just getting comboed for it and ate so much damage that he really didn't have to eat in the first place, my friend. When you're the one in the lead, you don't really have to, what am I trying to say here? When you're the one in the lead, you really don't have to fight if you don't want to put it in layman's terms. Technically, if you want to be that guy, you never have to approach your opponent at all, or at the very least, you should know when to approach and when you shouldn't, and unfortunately, Husk, not knowing how to get back to the stage right there, a little too low, and oh god, PK thundering his way down below 51% Ooble.
Damage is in no shortage when it comes to Peach. It's one of, if not the best, pure punish games in this game, and timing, a lot of the times with Peach, timing is everything, both in defense and in offense. If you're playing Peach, you got to know when to time your float cancer aerials, and you're playing against Peach, you have to be sure to mix up your combo DI and holding away versus your survival DI and holding in. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Husk just wants to hold in a lot.
Yeah, this is like saying a good look for the boy right here. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of stereotypes about NES players about that, but I'm not going to come out here and entertain any of those. I mean, my man got this far in bracket doing what he's doing, so can't talk no ish about that. But at the end of the day, he's just one of those characters with a lot of crazy strong aerials and a float to just sort of whip them out whenever she can to boot. So this is not exactly the kind of character that you can always easily hold in on, especially if you're around this like middle lightweight that Ness can be. It's not even just that. She can also just get outranged by a lot of Peach's aerials as well. This is not the kind of character you want to be holding in against, but at the same time, like you said, it's about discerning the difference between, like, survival DI and, you know, just DI to get out of combos. You pick the wrong one at the wrong time, it ain't gonna go for you. That is one of my favorite victory animations in this game, by the way. The one that Peach just did with the umbrella. That's a new one that they added to this game with the parasol. I love it. It's adorable, and it's special, and Peach is to be preserved in a museum and protected at all costs.
Alright. I guess it's a true air swimmer. Peach is very BM, but also, like, when you're a top, like, in my opinion, a top 5 character, you can deserve to be a little bit, like, you can deserve to flaunt a little bit. It's like, I got those. I got that crazy back air. I got this forward air. It's whatever.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Peach is insane.
Yeah,
I'm known to have a notoriously high opinion of Peach, but I think she's so good. She's so good.
Oh yeah, she's definitely an amazing character to say the least. The damage output, her float, her positioning and whatnot, Turnip still being a really good projectile. It's really like that punish game more than anything else. I mean, Peach always had a good punish game, but in this game, it's just with that new down tilt that she has, it's just something else, man. It's that kick, that little kick, rather than the little hand slap that she used to have in prior games. It's just such a better combo starter than it used to be with the way that she's designed. So
yeah, untechable grounded spikes does so much for so many characters. You know, any character with a stomp, or in this case with Peach, a grounded form of stomp. That down tilt does numbers on it puts up numbers on every character.
Doesn't matter the size or the shape or the weight or the layer of thickness that whatever character has protecting him or her. Peach is going to get in there and is going to be able to get that damage in on you if you're not careful with her spamming that down tilt. And I feel like Ness, I want to say for the most part, doesn't have to be, man. It's going to be really on Peach to sort of like know when and how to get around these PK fires, because Ness is of course going to want to like back up and start landing one of those before he can really start a combo, because in the air, Peach can only counter so much with forward airs and whatnot and whatever other neutral air options that Ness is going to choose to approach with. So in terms of actual like grounded approaches, I feel like Ness, his only real option for that is really PK fire, and if Peach knows how to get around that, that's really going to be her best bet at getting in and landing a down tilt or whatnot. But hey, that ain't the only way that Peach can start her combos at the end of the day. Peach can also just, it's that back throw is going to take the stock. Just sort of beat him to the punch, if you would, with a falling neutral air or a turnip and whatnot. The character, as technical as she is, does have a lot of very creative ways to just get her vortex going. Or that just works too. You just run off stage, just eat the PK Thunder 1, and then just get Ness that way. That works.
It works on no matter who you're playing. Like, it does. PK Thunder can only take one. The Lucas's, where it's a functioning multi-hit, which is why Lucas, amongst other things, has a much better recovery.
Among the distance and the multi-hit and whatnot, the fact
and Rope Snake.
And Rope Snake. That and the fact that, you know, the hit lag of, you know, Ness's is just gigantic when it trades with certain moves and, you know, clanks with counters and whatnot. It's a totally different experience, whereas Lucas's are all those tiny little multi-hits that go right through it. But there ain't no Lucas on screen right now. We still just got Husk going up against BlazingPasta right here, who is honestly not up a full stock, my mistake, who is still up in percent and almost up a full stock against BlazingPasta, just narrowly almost not making that back with the uppy. But, I mean, we saw BlazingPasta make this comeback before in the last game with all that crazy damage output that he has. We'll see if he does it again.
I'm surprised if we still see Pasta like really committing to the 2-frame and going for it with things like down tilt and down smash and even that golf swing, and not trying to utilize turnips as a means of auto edge guarding Ness, as we almost got the snipe on that one.
I mean, we do see him doing it now. I feel like he's just doing it from a safer distance. You know, like we see him like do that full hop one right there, which is a lot safer since he can get a lot of drift back off of it. And now it's funny that you mentioned that. I feel like he's working really hard to try to get a good position to be able to use those turnips. We saw him use the Peach Bomber off the level right there, specifically to just try to chase wherever that down smash takes the stock. Specifically just to chase wherever Husk was going, if you would. That's kind of a crazy ballsy option for Peach to do off the level right there, especially when she's down on her last stock. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's... Sometimes you have to take risks, but with Peach's subpar double jump, it's not usually ideal just to be throwing your weight around off stage like that.
No, of course, that's why it's ballsy.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why it's a crazy option to go for, to say the least. And beautiful air dodge back on the part of BlazingPasta right there. He knows that holding in is exactly what Husk wanted him to go for right there. And I think that's a little bit of his knowledge as a former Ness main coming out in full force, because that was the exact... Husk had the exact positioning where it looked like holding in and just regaining stage control against the PK Thunder 1 right there was the best thing to do, because you'd be able to punish him easily. But that's actually exactly what Husk wanted BlazingPasta to do right there, because if he held in, Pasta would have been in the perfect position to get hit by the PK Thunder 2, which actually probably would have killed Peach from the other side of the level there, and if it didn't kill, it would have barely not killed. I honestly think BlazingPasta's like knowledge as a former Ness main came out a little bit right there, and if not, well, just call me stupid, I don't care. It's what it looked like to me.
Well, she's definitely playing... She isn't Peach, but he isn't Pasta, are playing around Husk's tendency, I'll say, to throw out a lot of these rising aerials as the dash attack almost takes the stock, that the buffs are almost rearing their head rather early, or rather late in this game.
That was nuts! The forward air just going right under the flame of the PK fire. Oh my god.
I think the disjoint activated the flame, but it was a disjoint, so Peach didn't care. The crown kept swinging.
I was gonna say, like, that move doesn't extend like, other projectiles do, like Mario's fireball or whatever, right? That doesn't extend not hurt boxes, hitboxes?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's because I